Hi, friends. Happy Thursday. I'm walking between my building and the other building across the plaza to go to the office of Manhattan Plaza to do some paperwork business. But let's talk about, have any of you heard about the proposed Caesars Palace Times Square casino? Okay. um, yeah, it's been proposed. And the reason it became news to me was that on the Broadway chat sites and Broadway information sites, Local 802, our local musicians, are on board with this idea, as are Actors Equity Association. The reason being, as I'm told, is that if it were to happen and if it were to have performances, they've already said, oh, they'll be under equity contracts. Oh, jobs for actors? Okay, we're on board. Doesn't mean they're going to have shows. Doesn't mean they're going to hire it. Okay. I sincerely doubt it's ever going to happen because a million things. First of all, best of my knowledge, after decades of hearing about a proposed casino in Queens, a proposed casino in the Bronx, have you seen these casinos? I don't think they've even happened. Have they? Casinos aren't on my radar, so maybe they have, but I don't think they have. So in Times Square, and the argument, okay, this is what was hilarious on the Broadway news was, look at all the shows closing in January. This shows that the pandemic hasn't restored the economy of New York and Broadway, which means we need a casino. It's called January. Shows close in January. A lot of the shows that have already closed and are closing this week and next week were limited runs to begin with. Plus, the reason there are so many shows closing this January are because there have been so many more shows this year than in the past several seasons. So making the argument that the reason that shows are closing this January is because of the economy, because blah, blah, so a casino is some bullshit. So, I wouldn't hold my breath for it to happen because the other news is, where the hell are you going to put a casino in Times Square? Where? I beg of you. Now, we all know that the Palace Theater that was raised 30 feet, they demolished the theater, the backstage, the dressing rooms, the Judy Garland dressing room, the stage where Gwen Verdon and Bob Fosse created Sweet Charity, the legendary Palace. They boxed the auditorium, raised the auditorium 30 feet to connect with a brand new theater in the newly being renovated Doubletree Hotel, which was always standing there. The reason being, because they wanted to dig underneath all of that to make a mall under Times Square. We already have a Forever 21 store, which is below ground, ground floor and below ground in Times Square. And there's valuable real estate down there, so for retail, so that's what's happening. But where the hell are you going to put the casino? Under there too? Got me. The other thing is, does anybody think that people that go to casinos in Times Square are going to then turn around and go, let's go see a Broadway show? Because I don't. What I do think is that a criminal element will show up. Oh, drunk casino people with money in their pockets? Let's go over there. Because things aren't bad enough. We're trying to turn Times Square into the Mall of America as it is. And now we're trying to lean into making Times Square Vegas. I also know that they're building a new hotel on the corner of 46th Street and 8th Avenue. Initially, that plan years ago was said to have a Broadway theater inside of it, which would have been the only Broadway theater with an entrance on 8th Avenue. That, as I understand it, has been scrapped. No theater in the hotel, but still, it's now a hole in the ground. Everything that was around it has finally been torn down, and it's happening. I also was told recently, and I don't have confirmation, but I was told that this hotel is going to have, wait for it, a thrill ride on top. Vegas and Times Square, anyone? Oh, my city, my poor city. Okay, well, anyways, come over, visit the M&M store, and then you can go to the casino, and then you can go on the thrill ride. And then you can go to Applebee's for dinner. And now I'm repeating myself. All right, bye.